You are listening to Season 2 of The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, the short and often daily podcast in which I chronicle my life and attempt to be a writer by writing daily. Sometimes. Hello, today is Monday the 10th of November 2025 and you are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. I got up at 7:30 today and I actually went for a swim. I need to do it because I have noticed that if I swim regularly, the pain in my hip is so much better, but I haven't really done it recently. So I went in, I set my alarm for 7:30 today. I was in there for 8 o'clock. I did almost an hour in the pool. I did 42 lengths. And we all know why I chose 42, Hitchhiker's Guide fans. Well, I did 40 and I was going to get out at 40. And then I looked at the time and I had a couple of minutes left and thought, let's make it 42, the answer to life, the universe and everything. So I did that. And then I came home and there's some other bits and pieces I wanted to do. So my loft hasn't got lighting in it. And when I had the loft fitted, they were going to charge me a stupid amount of money. Even they said, look, it costs you a lot to do because we need an electrician, we need to do all this. You'd be much better buying some lights yourself to go up there. So I bought some motion sensitive ones that sort of go in there, but they're rubbish and I don't like them. And so I've decided what I want to get is some basically ones that are designed for use in a tent for camping. So I want them to be I want them to be rechargeable, so via a USB, and something I can hang on a hook. And I bought the hooks a few days ago. And I actually bought a couple of lamps online a couple of days ago, and I broke a cardinal rule because normally with stuff like that, unless I've seen it, I don't buy it. And I bought these lamps and they were allegedly 200 lumens of brightness and they were shit. They barely cast a shadow over the area where the ladder is. So I thought, I'll sod that. So I went into Go Outdoors, the camping shop, and bought a couple of decent sized ones. They're 1,000 lumens. I actually have tested. They're really, really bright. So I'm charging them up now. And then hopefully this evening, but if not tomorrow, and I'm recording this at, what time is it? About 20 to 7. So yeah, hopefully at some point this evening, I shall get at least the first one charged and go and stick the hook up and do it. But yeah, so that was good. And then I came home after that and I did a writing live stream. And I've kind of realised I'm on the slippery, as I said yesterday, it's now the beginning of the descent into madness that is the end of this particular story. And I think the chapter that I've written is the last one. I'm not saying when nothing significant happens, but it does. But it's going to go a bit batshit crazy from the next chapter. There's loads of stuff going on. So this one is a quiet, kind of the last quiet chapter. It's Charlie signing his contract, agreeing not to do any more time travel. And it's Saywood starting to pack her bags and then basically getting a phone call from Isabel saying, they think you're Sosie's apprentice. They are going to be hunting you down. Get out of there. So that's what's got to happen in this chapter. I wrote the first, not quite 2,000 words today. I wrote 1,700 words in a 3-hour live stream. I can usually write a lot quicker than that, but I was interacting quite a lot with my viewers, which is one of the reasons I do it, to be honest, on there. So yeah, I didn't get as much done quickly as I hoped to, but I was thinking I'd quite like to write about 2,000 words, and I wrote 1,750, so that's pretty good. So I finished that, and then since then, what have I done? Oh, after I went swimming, I went and did some food shopping. I'm terrible at food shopping. I may have said this on here before, but I've got this appalling habit of doing a big monthly shop online, which gets delivered to my house at the start of the month. And then I hate going shopping to do the top-up shops, and I end up just nipping into my local co-op and buying crap. So what I did was, as soon as I'd finished at the pool, I went into my local Waitrose and I'd done a short list, which helps, and planned what I wanted to eat, which also helps, and just did a few bits and pieces of shopping. So I had a really healthy but enjoyable lunch. I'm having an unhealthy but enjoyable dinner, but I had the healthy lunch. I didn't get round to breakfast, although if I remember tomorrow, I'm going to do myself a chia pudding and put it in the fridge overnight to solidify. So that should be nice. And because I'm not avoiding carbohydrates, I can put a little bit of honey in there for sweetness. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, so I've eaten well and sensibly today. If the app on my watch is accurate how many calories I burnt in the pool, then I definitely need to do that more often, because that will really help me lose weight. And what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to get up at a similar time, and I'm going to go and do my 45 minutes of cardio. Well, there's cardio and a few weights, but about 45, maybe up to an hour. So I'm going to do 2 10-minute cardio sessions, then the weights that I've been given to do from my induction a couple of weeks ago, and then 2 more 10-minute cardio sessions. See, I reckon about 50 minutes to an hour for the whole thing. And then I will nip into the shop as well, because what I've decided to do tomorrow is make some soups. So I've got a load of 350ml freezable containers, which is basically, if they're not quite full, that's perfect portion size for soup. So yes, I'm going to make myself some tomato soup, and I think I'm going to do some leek and potato soup. So once tomorrow, and freeze them, and then once I finish this podcast, I'm going to have my food, and then after that, I'm going to literally go through the recipes and write out my shopping list. So yeah, that's me. And of course, tomorrow I also intend to continue with chapter 19. So that's where I'm at. Quite a productive day. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye. You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. For more information about what I'm writing, go to linktr.ee/Richard Writes, capital R, capital W, where you can find details of my website and social media. I may see you there.